her race, she could not let the matter pass without protest. But Sir David didn't know she was a member of the Indian National Congress, an all-Indian party advocating for civil rights. He understood only that she was his daughter Alice's former classmate at Oxford, a young woman who was rising in Bombay's legal scene. He shook his head. "I came for a quick breakfast before going over to the Secretariat. The eggs are very good here. Would you care to join me?" So she wasn't being thrown out, which was good news. Still, she disliked the idea of going off without telling Alice. "But I'm—" Perveen gestured at her riding clothing, which was not a sporty tweed habit like Alice wore, but a light cotton jacket and a voluminous split skirt. The slightly outmoded garment her mother had presented her with as being suitable for an Indian woman doing something as outre as horseback riding. "Don't give it another thought. People wear riding clothes on the veranda. I'll be the odd one out." She still felt uneasy. "But Alice, she'll know where to find us." Lowering his voice, the governor's chief counsellor said, "I've business to discuss with you anyway, before she arrives." Business was a welcome prospect for a Bombay lawyer who was well known but not as busy as she'd like. In the ladies' lounge, Perveen scrubbed the track's dust from her face and hands and brushed out her hair before fixing it up again in a coronet. She left off the pith helmet she'd been wearing, although its absence revealed a bright red line running straight across her forehead. Walking out to the veranda, she felt multiple pairs of English eyes on her. Was it because she'd been seen with Sir David, or was it the silly split skirt? Sir David waved encouragingly at her, and this set off a chorus of whispers. "I've taken the liberty of ordering you breakfast," he said. "You go straight to work after this, don't you?" "I try to open up the office before 8, she said, putting on her best business voice. "It's the only time one can attack one's papers without interruption." "Yes, as I mentioned, I may have a good prospect for mystery law." She leaned forward so eagerly she almost knocked her empty teacup out of its saucer. "Does someone you know need a lawyer?" A slender waiter in a crisp, high-necked jacket righted her cup and poured a golden stream of Darjeeling into it. Sir David smiled benevolently. "Yes, I do." She looked at him hard. Was he in trouble at work? "Remember that I'm a solicitor. The Bombay court does not yet allow women advocates to approach the bench, but my father can." "That is irrelevant," he said, cutting off the rest of her explanation. "Have you heard of the Kolhapur agency?" She was surprised by the simple question. Spooning sugar into her cup, she said, "Certainly, it's the branch of the civil service that oversees Kolhapur state and falls under the purview of Bombay presidency." "It's a bit more than that," he said. "The Kolhapur agency has authority over 25 princely and feudal states in western India. The agency's officers are political agents and residents who maintain relationships between British India and these states." Perveen was embarrassed. She hadn't known how many states were overseen by the Kolhapur agency. But why was he asking about it anyway? The young waiter came back with a plate of scrambled eggs, toast, and kippers for each of them. The eggs looked fluffy, the toast appropriately buttered, but Perveen did not like kippers. She resolved to try one, out of courtesy to her host. It was like that with the British. An Indian could not prosper without contact with them, but one did not have to become a Britisher in their habits. As she shook green chilies over her eggs, she considered the picture that Sir David was painting. Although the British government had power over approximately 61% of the subcontinent, the rest of India was a patchwork of large and small states and land holdings ruled by Hindus, Muslims, and a few Sikhs. In exchange for being exempted from British rule, many royals paid tribute to the British, most often in the form of cash and soldiers. And as Sir David indicated, the states still had to cooperate with the desires of the political agents. Sir David slid one of the kippers into his mouth, chewed with relish, and continued the conversation.